Hi everyone, welcome back to Ecclesia's Tea. First off, I want to send my condolences and rest in peace to the lives that were lost at Astroworld Festival over the past weekend. Prayers to those who were injured or who were in critical condition right now. Sending love, light, positive vibes, healing energy to you and your family. It's just a sad situation all around. No matter what angle you look at it, it's very sad. As a concert going goer and as somebody who worked security for big crowds, like what happened at Astroworld, it's just very sad. Before I got laid off 2019, I did do security. I did security in a corporate building after a while, but I did work like rave parties and it wasn't necessarily a festival, but it was like this big warehouse in Manhattan on a pier, and the crowd was like 45,000 people. There was multiple artists. It's like that turn up music. I don't necessarily know what genre that is, but it was the crowd where they do heavy drugs and they smoke weed. If you are a concert goer, you know at a concert, even on the indoors, they smoke weed. I'm go to concerts at Barclays Center. I went to a concert at Nassau Coliseum. I even went deep in Long Island for a Flatbush Zombies concert. And if you know anything about Flatbush Zombies, like they have drug music. They were definitely smoking in the venue. So you can definitely expect drugs at a concert, but when it comes to these big festivals, you can expect heavy drugs. I remember working the rave party and I had to check people. I had to look inside their bags and I remember this one girl, she had like a bag with pills in it. I had to call like my supervisor over like, "Hey, she got this bag of pills. She's saying it's vitamins." They had to go inspect it. Turns out it was like some type of vitamins and medicine, but we had to be sure. We didn't allow if it was an open pack of cigarettes, they had to throw it out on the spot. Because didn't know you they we really tried to how do you say it, we know people are gonna sneak in drugs, but if we could catch it, we were really trying to stay on top of it. That was like my first post. And then I had worked the medic part where I had to secure the medics where people get sick. They go see the medic team. There's a medic center. I did not like that post. I didn't mind working the whole rave party, but if anything that turned me away was that, because I will never forget like the smell and seeing like people just look lifeless, you know. I didn't go through what those people went through at Astroworld where they were, you know, seeing like dead bodies next to them, but I just remember like the smell. It smelled like death. People were just like passing out. They were trying to get them to function. A few people they had to go to the hospital. Like it's just crazy. I heard that the concert goers were being stuck with fentanyl, needles with fentanyl, which is crazy. Like you pay money, and I'm pretty sure them festival tickets was not cheap. I went to a festival and it was $500 for 2 days. Me and my husband went, and so I can only imagine Astro World with all these. It's an all day event, top artists. The amount of money they spent to go have a good time to see their favorite artist, and then you get stuck with something and your body can't handle it. You know, fentanyl is, you know, from what I hear is deadly. I have to go look it up to see myself, but I hear you can die on the spot from just breathing it in, which is, you know, crazy. People bum rushing the gate to get in as if this festival wasn't already such high capacity. Yeah, it's just crazy, you know. I personally don't like big crowds like that. I like concerts. I like it to be, you know, kind of intimate. The biggest concert I did go to was a Jay-Z concert at Barclays Center, but that's like it. If I do go to concerts, it's like very small venues where it's not a lot of people. They don't sell too many tickets, like maybe close to 5,000 if that. But yeah, just prayers to everyone, all the artists, the I'm not sure who's in charge of this event, like where you had to go to buy the tickets, but whoever they are, I'm pretty sure they got lawsuits coming their way. um I heard it was like 15, 16-year olds dying. A 9-year old is in a coma right now. It's just really sad. Travis Scott is getting a lot of backlash for it. I know the PR teams are working crazy overtime to try to rectify this situation. It's kind of like you can't really rectify it because lives were lost. I'm pretty sure the security is getting backlash. Medics are, everybody's gonna get some type of backlash. I personally don't think that they were equipped, whether it be security, whether it be the medics, whether it be the fencing to protect the event so that people could not get in. I just don't think that they were properly equipped. You got to understand, we just came out of a we're still in a pandemic, but the world just opened up, right? Everybody's been home for the last almost 2 years. So were their tests done? Were their runs done to make sure that the same way they do sound checks with their security check, where everything was solidified? Because I saw the video with the people running over the gate. It looked like Dawn of the Dead. It looked crazy. Like they smelt the blood of humans and they were going for it. It's just crazy. I know working security, when I did those big rave parties, I want to say for the second event, there was another security company aside from my security company, and it was like all hands on deck. I know eventually some security did go home because they had enough people between the two security companies, but it was all hands on deck. There was police presence involved, obviously, because anything can happen. Yeah, I just don't think that they were equipped. And if you ever been to a festival, and if you ever seen a can of sardines, you know how packed it is. When I went to this festival back in 2016, where actually this was the same year that Kim Kardashian got robbed in Paris because Kanye West, he performed for a while and then the production stopped and he was like, I gotta go, there's a family emergency. Us in the concert had no idea what was going on until after the concert, and then we found out that she was robbed in Paris, which was so crazy. But I just remember, that day we didn't move. Like I think we got to the concert maybe like 11 o'clock, and Kanye West didn't come on till like maybe 6 o'clock that night. So we stood in that one spot all day, didn't eat, didn't use the bathroom, no nothing, like because we couldn't move. It's like once you get out, you can't go back to your same spot. It's not like a concert indoors at a center or stadium. Once you go to the bathroom, you can come back to your seat. No, because once you move, other people are forcing themselves up. Everybody wants to be up close and personal. In the event that the artist does come down off the stage and come into the crowd, you want to be there to touch your favorite artist, which is understandable. But it was just crazy, seeing those videos, and it's just crazy, I remember the first night when I worked. It was like a party in a warehouse. It was like 9,000 people, and these girls were looking for security. They happened to come across me, and they were like, we need help. This guy, he looks sick. I don't know what's going on with him. And I will never forget, like, just his face. He looked lifeless. Like, there was no life in him. He was, like, so out of it. He was pulling on people. It was a Halloween event, so there was, like, chains and stuff on the wall. One girl kind of got, it's just, I'm not going to get into the graphics because it was scary, but I had to, like, carry him out. And so me and another guy I was working with, we carried him out of the event. We took him to the EMTs so he could get checked out. I'm not sure what happened because I had to go back to my post, but it was just really scary, like just seeing that. I've never seen nothing like that in my life. To deal with that up close and personal, and to have to get people to safety, and because you don't know if he's gonna harm himself or harm others. It was just crazy. So yeah, and then the next day, I remember being posted, because there's like a medic tent. There was a medic tent. I will never forget, like, the smell and just seeing people just look lifeless. I've never seen anything like it in my life. Like, it just is one of those things where it just sticks with you and you try not to think about it, but when something arises and it brings you back, it's just scary to see that, to smell that, because people do too much. Guys, if you know you're gonna do drugs, you know you're gonna drink, stay hydrated. You gotta stay hydrated and know your limits. A lot of people go to these events, they never did drugs a day in their life. Don't go to no festival and start doing drugs, because you never know what people are putting in there. Like this festival, people were sticking people with fentanyl. That's something that can cause you to die. If you don't do drugs, your body can't handle it. 9 times out of 10, these people don't do drugs, their body was rejecting it. Like, and I don't know if they were listening to their body. You got to be in tune with your body, because your body is going to let you know when something is not right. So it's just crazy. And those events get hot, and I know because when I went to the festival, the first day it was cold. It was barely anybody there. We had folding chairs. We sat down. We chilled. It was cold. It was freezing. The next day, we were kind of like, oh, we're going to, put on layers, because if it's cold, cool. No, the next day it was so packed and it was hot because everybody was stuck together. So not only couldn't move, but I was hot. So as soon as I got home, I took a shower, because I know I was funky, because I was standing in one spot all day, and just the shifting of the crowd and standing next to people, and it just was crazy. So I know if you're like not a festival person, not necessarily a festival person, but if you're not a person who likes people on top of you, if you like your space, festivals are not for you, because it's kind of like those things. Once you're in there, you're in there. I saw a clip where Little Uzi was like, oh, you trying to get out the concert? Well, you're stuck. And he kind of said it in a joking manner, but nah, that's true. You are stuck. Like, you have to fight your way out, because it is so jam-packed. Like, and if you're all the way in the front, and by the time you look back, 1 minute you think, oh, it's not that bad, nobody's there. But then throughout the course of time, it gets so packed. Like, it'll be packed. It'll be people all the way to where, like, the food trucks are, if they're food trucks, or if they're like merch trucks. That's how packed these things are. It's just crazy. Just so sad to see that there were young people there trying to have a good time, and they're injured or they lost their lives. Like, they don't get the chance to go home and tell their friends about their experience, because they're no longer here. So this whole experience was just, it's really sad, and I'm just praying for everybody who was involved, because if you were there, you're traumatized. Even if you didn't see it, just to know that you were there and it could have been you, I know it's traumatizing. So I just want to say, everybody, be safe out there. So my audio got cut off, but I'm just want to end this off by, be safe out there. Listen to your bodies. This is just not for going to concerts. This is everyday life. If something is not right, go check it out. Something out of the ordinary, go check it out. See what's going on. Be safe out there, guys. Pay attention to your surroundings. Be alert. Thanks for watching. And that's all. So condolences once again, sending positive and healing energy to all of the families, anybody who was involved in the Astroworld Festival. Thanks for watching. Have a good weekend, guys.